Why do successful professionals set objectives? Hi, I'm Steve Dickinson, trainer, coach and speaker, creator of the reality management coaching process and author of Presenting Multiple Incomes. To be seen as a professional, you need to be aware of how to create a message that effectively introduces a presentation, a training session, or even an induction process where someone new is joining your company or your department. So this video is about setting objectives. I'm going to discuss the importance of objectives, how to classify objectives within the 3 domains of learning, and the 3 key aspects of most objectives. So my objective for this video is for you to be able to quote the 3 key aspects of most objectives. Now in my last video I spoke about a 3-part presentation, an introduction, the main body and the summary. And I was very specific about what the introduction needed to include, and I used the acronym INTRO, I-N-T-R-O, interest, need, title, range, objectives. You've got to get them interested. They've got to understand why they need to listen to you. It needs a title, and it's useful if you explain what you're going to talk about so they know what's coming and they can relax a little bit. But specifically, what are your objectives for talking to them? So what's the difference between an aim and an objective? We all aim to communicate effectively, but an objective takes apart the aim to list the constituent attitudes, skills, knowledge or behaviour that those aims are supposed to change. So an objective will focus people's attention onto a specific message. So it should include precise statements that define the change that the audience will achieve. Now that means you've got to know your audience, where are they now, and set their expectations for where they're going to be at the end of your talk. So the purpose of an objective is to limit the ambiguity of interpretation, because the enemy of any presentation is confusion. Also, an objective needs to be able to define a measurement to ensure the effectiveness of your message. And also helps you to decide on the best presentation strategy. Are you just going to talk? Is it going to be a PowerPoint presentation, a workshop or role play? So an objective enables a presenter to provide a terse summary that describes the activity to be mastered, set down the conditions strategy to achieve your objective, what conditions are you going to set out and what strategy are you going to use, and also to state what standard to which that objective must be performed, and be accompanied with details of the measurement and who's going to measure it. Now I said at the beginning, my objective was for you to be able to quote the 3 key aspects of an objective. So that means you are going to be measuring it and you know to which standard you've got to perform it, the 3 key aspects. Because a presenter is effectively a change agent. We uncover new possibilities such that our audience is going to have a compelling future. So therefore we aim to inspire, inform, demonstrate and persuade. So the first thing is how to classify an objective within the 3 domains of learning: psychomotor, affective and cognitive. Psychomotor is about developing a new motor skill, affective is affecting a new attitude, and cognitive is about knowledge, recalling knowledge and being able to utilize that knowledge. Now classifying an objective helps check the accuracy of the sequence of activities that you're going to present in order that you can develop appropriate instructional strategies. You can create questions or tests to make sure that you've got your message across, and that will actually facilitate you writing the objectives in the first place. So let's look at those three domains of learning again. First one being psychomotor, and that's about you defining a new skill that's required. And that's going to be a body movement, a manipulation of stimuli, or an overt physical activity leading to the development of a physical skill or coordination. So that's psychomotor, physical. Now that could be something as simple as changing the toner in a printer. Then affective, and this is about defining a new attitude. Now this could be an attitude lending to a particular type of behaviour, developing an interest or value and quality for instance, or creating a particular emotional state. Very important for somebody who's on a call centre. So they've got to maintain a particular emotional state for each call that they do during the day. So that's psychomotor and affective new attitude. And then we've got knowledge. Now we can split knowledge up into two separate things: higher order learning and lower order learning. Lower order learning is about being able to recall information. As I said at the beginning of this video, that you will be able to quote the three key aspects of an objective. It's about having the knowledge and having it available to you. So when writing an objective, you might use words like adjust, arrange, list, explain, or as I said, quote. So that's lower order learning. Higher order learning is being able to do something useful with that knowledge. So you might use words like analyze, compare, plan, or distinguish. And we can split higher order learning up into three things: classification, rule using, and problem solving. Classification is about being able to classify something you haven't seen before. So for instance, someone working in a video game store, they might be able to pick up a video game, and just by looking at the cover, they'll be able to tell whether it's a first-person shooter or a platform game. So it's about being able to just classify something that you haven't seen before because of the knowledge that you have. Then we got rule using. This is about applying rules to a certain situation so you can create a result that is unknown. For instance, a quote. You ask people questions until you understand the situation. You can use the rules and eventually turn up with a quote that was completely unknown and completely unique to that specific person. That's applying rules to a situation. And then problem solving. Being able to use rules or informations on an unknown situation to create a known result. So for instance, if a computer system has gone down, you know that the known result is going to be working again. So utilizing that knowledge to solve the problems. So the cognitive aspect of it is being able to classify things that you haven't seen before, use rules to produce a result that was unknown, and problem solving, being able to get a result that you want from an unknown situation. So the three key areas are performance, standard, and condition. You want them to perform something. So it's going to be an observable action, and so when writing your objectives you need to include a verb. As I said at the beginning of the video, I want you to be able to quote the three key aspects of most objectives. The standard needs to be achievable and attainable, but it's the level of performance that's required. And you need to be able to compare the actual performance with the required performance. And finally, the condition or the constraint. It's got to be realistic and achievable, clearly expressed, and it's used to limit or expand on what a person has to do after they've finished listening to your presentation or training session. So for instance, if someone were working in the catering industry and they wanted to train some people to lay the tables in a restaurant, they might say you need to lay the table with the cutlery and the crockery in the appropriate place, and you've got to do it in 30 seconds. So lay the table, well, there's the verb. The standard is with the crockery and the cutlery in the right place, and the condition is it's got to be done in 30 seconds. Now a team of 5 people that can achieve that, they could lay the tables for a room with 100 tables in half an hour. Now that's a key issue if you're clearing out a conference and then getting ready for a meal. So very, very precise. So those three key areas are performance, standard, and condition. Now I said I discussed the importance of defining objectives, how to classify objectives within the 3 domains of learning, and I discussed the 3 key aspects of most objectives: performance, standard, and condition. Now at the beginning of the video, I set an objective where I wanted you to be able to quote the 3 key aspects of most objectives. And they are, of course, performance, standard, and condition. I didn't actually need to set a condition. What I wanted you to be able to do was perform, quote, the 3 key aspects, the standard. So let's go over them again. Performance, standard, condition. In fact, let's say it together. Say it out loud. Don't care who's around you. Just say it out loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Performance, standard, condition. Excellent. Let's do that again. performance standard condition. One more time. Well, only you will know whether I've actually met my objectives for this video. Clear objectives give a route to success. Now, if you'd like to find out a little bit more about this, I've got details of my presentation in a PDF which I can send you. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave your details in the box below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching my video. I've enjoyed making it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Just remember, success isn't where you think, it's how you think. Thanks very much and I'll see you next time. Bye.